the air ambulance flew my mum back in probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So it was about 18 months before I joined the air ambulance. One of the paramedics had come through to me when I was with the police and just said, "We're actually going to your mum. They're meeting the ambulance in South Molton." And then now I've got a job with the police. So I was going in the police aircraft one way and they were going in the air ambulance another way to pick up my mum. So that was quite hard to dig a little bit deeper within myself to focus on the job. But I knew that she was in safe hands and everything else. And they flew into RD&E and gave her, she had 4 or 5 stents in the end, and lived another 4 years after that. So that was definitely the confirmation that, yeah, it touches me, because I've benefited from the service as well. But also, growing up down here, it's so rural and we're so remote that air ambulance is definitely bringing a huge amount out to the communities. And what's changed in the last sort of 6 and a bit years I've been with them is huge. We've gone from just an air ambulance, so we would just fly to scene, quickly patch up the patient, take them to the nearest hospital. We are now a mobile hospital, so we bring hospital level care to that patient. So you've got anaesthetist doctors, they'll open hearts up, they'll pull legs, do stuff. The drugs that they carry can do certain things that wouldn't happen probably 3 or 4 hours down the line. We're being able to deliver this on scene. So our scene times takes a long time, so we're up to an hour, hour and a half sometimes with a patient before we potentially just put them in a road ambulance and drive them to hospital, often with our team. We don't always fly them anymore because sometimes it's better for the patient, it's less stressful. We can stop at any moment in the road ambulance, and they can spread out more and they can do more things. But then other times, actually, right from here, they need to go to Plymouth. Then obviously we'd fly, or if it's a child, we need to go to Bristol, so we'll whiz them up to Bristol. And so the aircraft's still used a lot for the patient side, but not as much as it used to be. It's more about getting all that team and all their specialised equipment to the scene as quick as possible.
And there's a huge sense of ownership around Devon, isn't there?
Yeah. Definitely. I think more than most other charities, air ambulances sort of charities around the country, because I think we're the only ones that we own the helicopter, or the helicopters now. All the pilots are directly employed, all the paramedics now are directly employed by the charity. We've got the shops, the 18 shops around the county. And I think most people feel that they either directly been touched by it or they know someone that has been. And now that I think because the paramedics and us are all directly involved with the charity more, and we all live locally, so we're all sort of embedded in our communities and stuff. So they really feel that, they know someone in the charity, or we know, obviously lots of people know people have been affected by it.
You plainly love your job though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very, very passionate about it. Sell it. So anyone can fly. But within the flying world, to be able to 3 minutes from the phone going, you're off, because you've got that sort of adrenaline type of buzz. Most of us have had the main adrenaline buzz taken out of us, thankfully, because we're all sort of old and crusty now. But it's more, we don't know where we're going, and then we work out where we're going. How we can make the team a better team on the way, how we can get as close as we need to, what we can offer. So you are being challenged on every flight, which is good. It's not just a flight to an oil rig or a flight to an airport. This is high-end stuff, and you've got to, there's lots of dynamic thinking and lots of doors closed, and how can I get around that regulation? Or you've got to be very wary that everyone's got a phone and everyone's got a camera on that phone and everyone's taking pictures all the time. So you have to comply, and you have to make sure that you're not a cowboy and you're doing the job properly. And hopefully that's why we get tested. That's why we select the people we do for the air ambulance, that everyone is professional and gets the job done.
And what would you say to that 7-year-old boy on Exmoor?
He's made it, hasn't he? He's done well. And it's quite... And now, as taking over as senior pilot, will become chief pilot, we're just having a restructure. I still pinch myself going, is this really me? That there was me just driving the tractor at sort of 13, 14, cutting the grass, looking at the planes and helicopters going past, thinking, yeah, I'd love to do that. And yeah, I am actually in there. I was still fascinated by tractors as well. But yeah, no, it's a lovely job.